Right, Duncan. So yeah, what we're going to look at is Unit 2 tonight, and as I said, Units 2 and 3 are very similar in that one is assessing occupational competence in the work environment, and the other one is assessing vocational skills, knowledge, and understanding. That's the academic side of the qualification. So both of these can be achieved by bringing evidence together from your place of work. So when you're doing, you literally, you pick two of your learners that you're going to assess, and you make out an assessment plan for them. I'll bring up that suggested evidence sheet, which will help. And that will then outline what you need to do.
Yeah.
So literally, 1.1 is to plan the assessment of occupational competence based on the following methods. Not all of them, but a selection of those methods. Observation, examining products of work, any questioning that you can do, or written questions. Sometimes it's easier to do a written questionnaire, and bring in evidence that way. A professional discussion with the learner. Use of others' witness testimony. But you need to be aware, if you use witness testimony at all, the actual witness needs to understand the standards that the person is working towards, not just say, yeah, they did that and it was okay. There's a big difference there. And then looking at learner statements and recognising any prior learning that they've achieved. So you need to prepare assessment plans for 2 learners to cover part of a unit. And I say this for a specific reason. What it will ask you to do is then produce or reproduce the work of those 2 learners and how you've assessed it. Yeah, showing your assessment of it and whether it's achieved or not achieved, of course. And again, there's a PowerPoint on assessment plans which will help as well, so you can have a look on that as well. But once you've prepared your 2 assessment plans, it's just a matter of explaining how that's happened and how you've gone about it. So there'll be the documents of the learners' work themselves, and there will also be the documents that you've produced as you've done the assessment. One of the I mentioned this to somebody last week or the week before. I'm not sure if you were at that session when somebody else was on. When you actually gather the work from the learners, you need to take their names out and refer to them as learner A and B, or 1 and 2, whichever suits you. And of course, your documentation needs to do that as well. Any other people involved, like any internal verifiers or anybody that's involved, it doesn't matter about changing their names. It's just the learners that need to be taken out in this case.
Yeah.
So 1.2 is all about preparing for the assessment that you plan to do. So you need to notify all those who will be affected by your assessment. So it may not just be the learner. If the learner is in the workplace, they may be doing a job of work, and they have a supervisor or somebody that they report to. They need to be obviously made aware of the fact that an assessment is going to take place in their department or whatever. So yeah, it's communicate the purpose of requirements with the purpose of assessing the occupational competence of the learner. So any documents you've got where you put an email to somebody or a memo or anything of that nature where you put that out to people who are going to be involved or not need to be notified about the assessment, copies of those are all you need to provide, and then just explain what they are quickly. It'll save an awful lot of explanation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now the documents, right from the start of Unit 2, and then the same with Unit 3. The first one that you actually make out, which will probably be one of your plans, will be document 1. And the next one will be document 2, document 3, document 4, all the way through the unit, yeah? Any documents you produce, just number them, and in your text, all you've got to do then is refer to document 1, refer to document 2, and then explain what it is and what you've done it for, yeah? It doesn't take, yeah, it makes it fairly straightforward and it keeps everything in place. One of the things that I use is this assignment front sheet that we've got here. I turn into an assessment sheet, purely by adding you a name and changing that to assessment instead of assignment. And then obviously your learner edges in there. And then here, instead of all this guff I've got down here, it will say, and that will, the not yet achieved will go as well, and it'll have page number. A will be achieved, obviously, and then it'll say achieved, and then it'll say why it's achieved here. That will be my assessment in this part here, yeah? And what page of your, as you know, presenting documents and putting evidence together, you will see it'll have obviously each of your documents that you send, or each of your pieces of work that you send, will need to have your name in the header, the qualification, so it'll say Duncan Crawley, and it will say Assessor Level 3 Award, and then unit whatever it is, Unit 2, yeah, and then that will be in the header all the way through everything. And at the bottom, of course, just needs to have a page number somewhere in the bottom. That way, it can be easily then identified from that sheet what's been assessed, whether it's achieved or not, whereabouts you can find it, and the assessor's remarks in this column on here. So it becomes a very concentrated document, if you like. Now, if you've got assessment documents that you use in your establishment, that's fine. By all means, use those because that's the authentic way to do it. But I have met one or two where they haven't got any specific assessment documentation, and I've no objection to you using this one as a pattern, if you like, to assist you. On the VLE, there's also some copies of assessment plans, yeah, to show, you know, how an assessment plan goes together. But if you've got your own planning documents, by all means use those, yeah. So you've looked at what you're going to assess. You've communicated the information to everybody that needs to be communicated with, and then you plan the assessment of occupational competence to address the learner needs and current achievements. So your plan should state what is being assessed from your two learners' qualifications. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, you've also, it says identify opportunities for holistic assessment. Now, you've already mentioned in your Unit 1 T2 that I've just done that you use holistic assessment already. So, yeah, just put on there, really, you can repeat some of what you've written on that in that first unit box, if you like, because it shows how you identify the opportunities to do holistic assessment. I must say it's something we used to use a lot as a peripatetic assessor. When I was assessing out in the workplace a lot, then we used quite a lot of professional discussion and holistic assessment. So we'd look at the job that was being done rather than the evidence you wanted to collect. You looked at the job and then see which evidence fell out of that job, and that's a holistic way of going about it. So that's LO1, and that's just an explanation of what carries on, and then on to it's do the assessment. So use the methods for assessing the skills in your plans and expand on the information on the PowerPoint. So basically, however you've done that, you will then have an assessment report, which is the document I've just been explaining what this is here. Yeah, you will have an assessment report which will fulfil 2.1.
Yeah.
And again, the same document will then contain the assessment decisions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the assessment decisions will be on that document as well. So not a lot to write about that. You really just say, yeah, see document 1, this will cover the actual assessment methods I've used, and this will be the decisions that I have made with regard to that piece of work. So the next bit is following standardisation procedures. So any copies of standardisation meetings or minutes of meetings that you've had, and again, provide feedback to learners that affirms achievement and identifies any implications for learning. So again, this document that I've just been talking about, again, it will cover that as well, because you'll have put your assessment at some point, your reasons for your assessment will be in there, and that will fulfill 2.4 in your feedback, because basically this is feedback to your learner. And in that feedback, it will say, yes, you've achieved it, or it will say, no, it's not. Now, do you use review on Word a lot? Or have you used it? Hello? Are you still there? Duncan?
Yeah.
Ah, I've still got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have used review.
Right. So any copies of standardisation meeting and feedback to your learners, as I say, will go in somewhere. It will be on your assessment record of why you've made that. I'm just asking, do you use review at all on any work that's produced?
Well, I don't really produce any work.
Sorry?
I don't really produce any work. I mean, I've used review in the past.
Right, yeah, but say if you're assessing something where you've asked some questions or recorded some questions and it's not been fulfilled, then I usually use review. I'll put something like on there and I'll go review and
yeah.
box, and then I'll put in why it hasn't on there, yeah, or what the reason is for not achieving at this point, and some suggestions about what to do to move forward. So,
yeah,
rid of that again. Gone. So I'm not going to go into learning objective 3 at this stage, because I'm just showing you forward from your tasks that you're doing. As I said, I think you can carry on with those tasks now without too much problem at all, because as I said, the work you've sent in up to now has been fine. I'll put on, let me just move all this to one side for a minute. Go away. Don't get, here we are. Right, so task 2 assessed. So all you've got on the bottom of there, we're all the way through that, and that has got, if I make it a bit smaller, yeah, good, task 2 achieved. I didn't need to have done that, I've already done it on here, I could have showed you there. Yeah, so that, again, that's task 2, and that's fine, so I'll close that one. And go back there. Task 8. Good. Again, it's something a little bit brief, but it's meeting the requirements, so that's fine, yeah. It's on there, just drop that back off. And task 10, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I meant there. You put on continuous professional development is of importance to everyone involved. And I put because. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just needs filling out, that's all. The rest of it's fine, that's okay. Not a problem with any of that, that's gone through. So when you, on that piece of work now, if you'll just cover one again and send me that through, I'll put that into your box and remove this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, because all of these, oops, will keep coming up, that one, right. And on your assessment sheet, I've completed that one now. So, again, task 8, you have to add the explanations of functional assessment, key concepts and principles have met the ACs. You are listed and explained the basic responsibilities of the assessor in task 10, and in task 6 you are clearly identified the regulatory requirements for your sector. Task 2, you have covered a range of assessment methods and shown how they will be used and are not within your establishment. Yeah, so that completes that one. Yeah. So on there, your next ones are 7, 1 and 3, 14 will cover LO5 completely, 11 covers 6, and then 13, 5 and 4 cover 7, and finally 6, 15 and 12 cover LO8. So again, what you need to do is just follow the instructions that are put on. The information that you'll need is within the PowerPoints. But again, as I said before, if you've got a particular issue with any one of those, just send me a text and I'll follow that up as soon as possible.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Have you got any questions for me? Anything you're not comfortable with or not sure about?
Oh, I was just looking at task 1 actually.
Yeah.
The final, like part 3 of task 1. Is it about you've received the following email?
Put that down and I'll find that for you in a second.
No worries.
What you're looking for is task 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Task. I'm looking at task 1. What are you doing? Cancel. Right, here we are, task 1.
Yeah, so it was just the third part of task 1.
Yeah.
A bit about the email.
Yeah, you're working with a student. Oh, about the email, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. You've got an email from a learner and he's not happy. Yeah. So what's your response going to be? You've gone again.
Oh, you're still there?
I'm still there, yeah. I lost you again for a minute, yeah. Okay, yeah, I've got the email up there. What was your question?
I was just saying, I've started it off, so I've got like benefits of working in mixed groups. It's just, we're sort of relating it to the fact that when you're working in the real world, you're always going to be working with mixed abilities. Yeah.
Well, what it's got underneath it says here, draft your reply to this message. Make sure it includes explaining the benefits of working in mixed ability groups, explain the importance of appropriate behaviour and respect for others. In other words, don't use that sort of language again. And highlight and challenge the discriminatory language that they used in the email and explain why this goes against equal ops. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, person involved would have got a severely way ear off me for an email like that.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be couched in a reasonably acceptable way.
Yeah.
And that's all. And it's just looking at those 3 points on there on the email. So all you're really doing here is drafting a response to that email. Yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, superb. Is there anything else I can help with tonight?
No, I think that's everything.
Well, it's really short then tonight, Duncan. You keep sending the tasks in. As soon as you got them finished, I'll wait till you've got a bunch done and then send those in. I don't mind either way. And I'll respond to those as soon as I can. You've got me feedback on those 3 that you've done already. There was only one comment on task 10, that's all. And it was only one little piece. So the rest of it's fine. Okay.
Right,
thanks for attending, and I'll close the meeting now, and I will wait to receive some work. Okay then.
Right, thanks very much.
Bye for now. Bye.